Chapter 10, Video 5. The Chronos Matrix Rebuild. Rise of Core.
The reconstruction sequence was live. They bypassed every single vulnerable centralized relay, hardwiring the temporal. The reboot command executed. A supreme electromagnetic surge released across the sector, prepared to freeze the physical momentum.
But the Empire of Suit refused to let the blueprint lock. Out of the radioactive bedrock charged the heavy drill.
Barrier breached, a devastating chemical blitz hitting the heart of the rebuild, fracturing the invulnerable matrix in a single blinding second of industrial warfare.
The localized grid is fracturing. The toxic fallout has destabilized our primary core containment loops. We are losing temporal synchronization across Sector 9.
Total collision on the cobblestones. White chrome squads canguet low of dust, fighting with raw fury to hold the central quartz relays.
Chemistry does not negotiate. The Overlord's machines dissolved their advanced alloys like ice under an apocalyptic solar flare.
Kinetic impact. The sky answered with the wrath of a split atom, crushing the industrial stronghold into a flat mirror of glass.
My fortress is broken. The orbital grid is active. Release the final subterranean reserves.
The core is poisoned. A toxic alternative history legacy raised to choke the new world before the Matrix can ever expand.
The victory was an illusion. The entire Martian water table has been permanently locked under a chemical shadow. The colony is blinded.
They built their empire on displacement and pollution, carving up a new world. But when the sun broke through the fallout, nothing remained but a total, cosmic stalemate. The Chronos Matrix Rebuild is complete, but the chemical war enters its final phase.
The ancient structures became tactical strongholds, fortified to prevent the distortion fields from cascading across the planetary network.
Subsectors were locked into static time loops, isolating the core mechanisms from the weaponized fallout expanding outside. To maintain the chronological barrier, the Alliance sacrificed the entire output of their orbital reactors, feeding the Matrix everything they had left. Silo breach in Grid 9. The Eastern Vanguard has deployed heavy combustion munitions to sever our secondary power lines. Hold the line stable. If the main current collapses before the Matrix locks, the entire timeline will reset to zero.
When dawn broke across the red frontier, the lines of science remained unbroken, holding the space vacuum at bay.
The siege sequence was absolute, coordinated across multiple automated divisions to strike the core grid simultaneously.
Move through the blind zones. The quantum sensors cannot track our armor through the heavy sand fallout.
Load the secondary combustion payload. Target the primary dome support arches.
The mechanical squadrons deployed. Iron monsters fueled by chemical fury charging directly into the western perimeter.
Total impact. The defense forces answered with absolute force, detonating the Iron Vanguard in a single second.
The weapon is obsolete. The chemical dust is dissolving the internal quantum fuel rods. Fall back to the trench!
The outer lines collapsed. The Iron Hunters reclaimed the canyon floor, forcing a total blackout across the sector.
Signal is blinded. The chemical cloud has blocked our connection to the mainframe ship. We are entirely isolated.
Quantum discharge. The West answered with absolute fire, vaporizing the landing Vanguard in a single blinding instant.
They think their orbital grid makes them kings of space. But the Earth still belongs to the elements. Release the secondary reserves.
If they want total war, then we will poison the sky until their new sun goes dark forever.
When the sun broke through the fallout, nothing remained but a landscape of displacement and chemical ash.
The quantum frontier ended not in victory, but in a divided world, a cold peace maintained by the fear of absolute, global extinction.
They built their peace on atoms and chemicals.
The quantum frontier concludes, and the final resurgence begins.
The interception was live. the Eastern remnants deployed their fastest tactical aircraft to breach the Western airspace grid.
Flood the secondary combustion pipes. Push the speed past the absolute line of structural tolerance.
Barrier breached. The chemical vanguard pierced the invulnerable Western shield with raw, mechanicum force. A catastrophic strike. The Western surveillance node was erased in a single blinding instant of toxic combustion. When the smoke cleared, the frontier was compromised. The lines of current had snapped, leaving the Western capital exposed to the incoming shadow. Orbital telemetry stabilized. The Space Vanguard secured the planetary perimeter, prepared to deploy the next Matrix node. A multidimensional core framework operating independent of external mass, creating an invulnerable energy shield across the installation.
Subterranean contact! The enemy has bypassed our geological scanners, breaching the perimeter defense lines from below. Engage the primary kinetic anchors. Drive the vanguards directly into their central communications grid.
The shadow of the old world occupied the cosmos, a monumental testament to mankind's refusal to perish in the ash.
Production lines were overcharged, mass-producing the specialized combustion munitions required to neutralize the Western code fields.
The refinery tower is compromised. Toxic fluid has breached the clean water line. Containment is failing.
The secondary authorization stabilized, mapping the entire rebuilt network to prevent a total shutdown across the sector.
Secure the main Quartz coordinates. Do not let the chemical suit ground the rebuilt matrix lines.
Direct discharge in Quadrant 5. The Subterranean vanguard is completely melting under the raw weight of the rebuilt matrix shockwave.
Chronos Matrix Rebuild complete. Global current tracks are locked and permanent. Total reality secured under Alliance jurisdiction.
Rebuild held. Berlin was reclaimed. The unyielding current of the New World Order had shattered the chemical shadow, securing the destiny of a rewired world forever.